Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here with me, my name is Andrea, I'm 25, I work full-time, I live at home with my parents, and I'm currently trying to document my life as I navigate adulthood. Credit cards are something that I love to talk about and I've grown to be a little bit passionate about, which sounds so weird, but I love using them to be able to take advantage of their point systems. Currently, I have 4 credit cards in my rotation, but right now I only really use 2. I wanted to make this video to show you guys what credit cards work personally best for me and my needs, and perhaps this will influence you in your choice of credit cards for the future. I don't want you guys to take this video as concrete advice, okay, this is what works best personally for me and my needs for my credit cards. Please make an informed decision before you apply to any credit cards, okay? Credit Card Genius, Facebook, Reddit, other YouTube videos, okay? Please make an informed decision and don't do it just based off of this video. I also want to note that I am very responsible with my credit cards. I've never had a late payment and my credit score is, I think as of today, 861. So I think I am a little bit qualified to talk about credit cards. So the 4 credit cards that I currently have in my rotation are the Amex Cobalt, an RBC Rewards card, the Tangerine Mastercard, Tangerine World Mastercard, and the TD First Class Travel Visa. So the credit card that I use the most is the Amex Cobalt. I friggin' love this card. I've had this card for 2 years now and I truly cannot recommend it enough. The fee for this card is $12.99 a month. I know for some people that have never had a paid credit card before, it sounds like a lot and it sounds like a waste of money paying for a credit card, but honestly, the benefits outweigh the cost of this card, which I think yearly equals to around $155. There is also no minimum income requirement for this card. I think people feel as though Amex is not taken as widely as a Visa or a MasterCard. Disclaimer, I do live in the big city of Toronto, but I have found that this card probably works, I want to say 90 to 95% of the time. In my experience, American Express has also given me the highest credit limit out of all of my cards. Currently, right now, my credit limit is $40,000. That sounds like an insane number, but again, I am really responsible with my spending and I never spend outside of my means. Of course, having such a high limit on one card is great for your credit utilization rate, which overall affects your credit score. But again, if you tend to spend more recklessly, having a high credit limit is not worth it, okay? Please be responsible. So with this card, you get 1 point per dollar that you spend, but you get 5 times the points on restaurants and groceries, 3 times the points for subscriptions, and 2 times the points for travel and transit. This card isn't marketed as a travel card necessarily, but it has great travel coverage. It includes many types of insurance, including flight, baggage delay, car rental, and just general travel insurance. You also get mobile device insurance, extended manufacturer warranties, and purchase protection for accidents or theft that you might have. I think it's up to $1,000 per occurrence, which is really great. For me, the most effective way that I use the American Express points is actually to convert them to Aeroplan or Air Canada points. For some reason, I always end up using Air Canada anyways, so being loyal to one airline isn't necessarily a problem for me. With this card, you should also try to be as strategic as you can in order to squeeze out as many rewards points as you can. So for example, there are a limited amount of stores in Toronto that take Amex for groceries. I know Food Basics takes them, Metro, Farm Boy, but grocery stores under the Loblaws names do not take American Express. I personally try to shop most of my groceries at Food Basics because they have a lower cost and they also give me 5 times the points. I try to travel to Calgary at least once a year to visit family, and since I've gotten this card 2 years ago, I have not paid for either of my flights since, and I'm also going again in November, which has been paid for by the points from this card. So the second card in my roster is the TD First Class Visa card. This card is great. It's pretty much accepted everywhere any credit cards are accepted, and its main purpose is for travel, specifically with Expedia. This card I think is, I can't remember if it's $130 or $140 a year, but usually the first year is waived, or if you have the most premium bank account at TD, which I do, this card is free. This card has a $60,000 personal income requirement, and for household, it's $100,000. I've been banking with TD pretty much my entire life, and when I turned 18, I had the TD Rewards card, the free one, before this. And then last year, my family decided to plan a trip to Europe, and so I knew I was going to spend a lot of money, so I was like, maybe I should apply for a new credit card to hit those spending bonuses so I can squeeze out as many rewards as I could. So this card gives you an annual $100 credit if you spend $500 at one time on Expedia. It also has extensive travel insurance, kind of like the Amex Cobalt, which is actually why I kind of want to switch this card into the TD Aeroplan card. So the TD Aeroplan Visa Infinite card is, I think, the same price or at least free because I have the most premium checking account at TD. It comes with a Nexus rebate every 2 years, and it also comes with a free checked bag for every flight that you fly with Air Canada. I think that these perks are a lot better than the first class Visa Infinite, which is what I have right now. But honestly, there isn't a big motivation for me to move yet. I think I have to have a big purchase lined up so that I could obtain the spending bonus for when I switch cards. But yeah, this card is great. When I first had it, they gave me like a $4,000 limit. Right now, the limit on this card is $22.5 thousand. My third credit card is the Tangerine World Mastercard. There's no annual fee for this, and you get unlimited cash back on 2 or 3 categories depending on how you use the cash back. And then you get 0.5% back on everything else. Currently, my 2% that I earn cash back here with is groceries, restaurant, and entertainment. I don't usually use this card too much. Honestly, I use it mostly for Costco because I thought the 2% cash back would work at Costco. It does not. So in hindsight, it is a little bit of a regret that I got this card, and I kind of wish that I got the Costco card instead. But either way, I'm happy with this card. It's just nice to have a MasterCard in my roster. This card has a $15,000 limit. I'm quite happy with it, and I just use it as a backup card for if some reason a place doesn't take Amex or a place for some reason wouldn't take Visa. I don't know when that would happen, but just a backup card. So my fourth and last card is actually the RBC Rewards card. This card I got while I was in university. I was working at RBC as a co-op student, and I decided to get a credit card. I do not use this card ever, but I do not want to close it just for the sake of credit history. So this card is not even in my wallet. It's always just like in my room. And those are all my credit cards. I feel like you guys may be wondering like, Andrea, why do you have so many credit cards? Like, that's too much. You're only 25. And my answer to that is that I see credit cards kind of like a game, and I have to win. And the prize is free flights and many points. I knew in high school and in university that credit scores would be important and credit history would be important, so I've always been super responsible with my cards. Now that I'm 25, I'm very grateful for 18-year-old me, 20-year-old me, for setting myself up for my credit card success. And I've learned that there are so many things that can affect your credit score. So things that can determine your credit score includes your payment history, your amount owed, the length of credit card history that you have, and then substantial credits. So that includes like a mortgage or a car loan. And I don't have either of those, but I've managed to get my credit score really high at an 861. I think that my credit score is so high simply because of my low utilization rate. I have no late payments, and just my credit card history in general. Right now, I don't have any credit cards that are on my watch list. I'm very content with the roster that I have right now. Especially with the Amex Cobalt, like just getting the Aeroplan points from this is amazing. I cannot stress this enough. This card has been so good to me. If there was like a dream credit card, I guess, it would probably be the Amex Platinum, but to be honest, I don't really need it. That $800 annual fee is an absolute killer, and I think I would be weak in the knees if I had to pay for that every year. The Amex Platinum is great. It has that travel credit, it has the dining credit, it also has lounge access, but honestly, I don't need those things. I hope that you learned a little bit more about Canadian credit cards through this video. Again, I urge you to do your own research before you apply to anything else. However, if you do want to apply for the Amex Cobalt, I'll have my referral link down below. If you're not responsible with your money just yet, please do not use your credit card, or at least if you do use it, only use it for a reoccurring bill. So maybe your phone bill or Netflix, okay? please use a credit card responsibly. I cannot urge this enough. Like, credit cards can be so dangerous. You can even ask for a low limit to really take control of your own spending, okay, guys? But yeah, that is all. I hope you learned a little bit more. Please do not go into debt for rewards. Bye!